Hello and welcome back to Invitation to Puzzles, where today we have a full deck and missing a few cards combo for you with Renban XV, which is a combo. I'm not sure I've done a Renban XV puzzle before. And I guess I made a Renban X puzzle before, but that was an S cell puzzle, so I don't know if that really counts. But anyway, let's have a look at the rules. So digits on an X sum to a 10, like the Roman numeral, hence probably the Roman Crossings title. Digits on a V sum to a 5, again, like the Roman numeral. And digits along a pink line need to be, first of all, non-repeating, and second, they need to form a contiguous string of consecutive digits. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Things like that, but the order doesn't matter. So I could do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that order, and that's a perfectly valid fill of the Renban. All right, there is a link in the description. So I hope you will enjoy it, but I'm going to now solve the puzzle, hopefully, fingers crossed. So good luck, and I'll see you shortly. Okay, so first of all, I see that these two sum to 5, and they don't include a 3, so these had better be 1 and 4. Now, these are certainly from 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. Okay. This digit had better be a 2, because I notice that this Renban has every digit on it except 1, 3, 4, and this digit. So that means whatever this digit is, it better make the remaining 5 digits consecutive. And the only way I'm making the remaining 5 digits consecutive is if this is a 2. Because otherwise, the 2 is on this line and it's stranded because 1 and 3 aren't on the line. So this is a 2, which makes that not a 2, which makes that not a 3, by the way. Okay, so now there definitely is a 3 in one of these two cells. For whatever that's worth. I can also mention that these are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it's difficult to put 5 on an X. It's also difficult to put 8 on an X when you can't put a 2 next to it. Let's see. Okay, so we've got... okay, so this Renban, actually, now I see the point. This Renban doesn't have 5 on it. Because I can't put 5 on an X. And so if there's no 5 on it, that means I can't cross from the 1, 2, 3, 4 digits to the 6, 7, 8, 9 digits. So this digit over here, it's just the other 1, 3, 4 that I haven't used yet. And it's not a 1 because that would make this a 9. So this is a 3 or a 4. Means one of these digits is a 3. This, by the way, is a 6 or a 7. By virtue of that sum. That is very cool. Okay, so the same argument is going to apply to all of these length 4 diagonally Renbans. These are all going to have no 5 on them. So they're all going to be either all high or all low. It's because the ND points are either on X's or V's, and X's and V's can't have 5s on them. And the interior ones share a box with a length 5 Renban, and you can't make a length 5 Renban without a 5 for actually basically the same reason we're talking about, which is that if a Renban doesn't have a 5 on it, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, 9, or at least come from one of those. So that is quite interesting. So do I know which one this is? No, but I know which one this is. Because there's a V on it, so every V is from 1, 2, 3, 4, and so that means that this whole Renban, which has to be high or low, well, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6, 7, 8, 9, well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, we now know. I suspect that these ones are going to be high, but I don't know how I'm going to argue that just yet. and I could well be wrong. See, I do have to like be slightly careful about where I'm putting my 5s, because all of these length 5 Renban need to have a 5. Yeah, I can make a somewhat fancy argument that if I take these cells, that is 4 rows and 4 columns. So there are a maximum of 5 5s in these 4 rows and 4 columns. Well, those 5s must be the 4 5s that are on these Renban that each need a 5. So 4 5s for 4 Renban, 8 gates for 8 dates or something. And so that means I can't hide the 5s from any of the Renban. So none of these cells can be 5. And well, I mean, these weren't going to be able to be 5 anyway, but we'll just for clarity of the argument, those can't be 5. Those can't be 5 either. But also this cell can't be 5. This cell can't be 5. This cell can't be 5. And this cell can't be 5. Because remember I said at most 4 5s are in these cells. Well, if this cell is 5, we actually counted it twice. We counted it in row 6 and column 4. And actually, that's why all of these cells are flashed as green-yellow, is because we counted each of those cells twice. And so if any of those cells is a 5, then we've immediately lost the battle to have 4 5s on these 4 Renban that need 5s. And so the long and the short of that is that the only cell in box 5 that can actually be a 5 is that one. So we get a bizarre digit out of that. Should always be very cautious when you have a bunch of length 5 Renban that the setter is going to want you to do something with 5s. Because they usually do. Okay, so the, yeah, I guess one of those is a 5. Yeah, the double X here is kind of interesting. I'm just going to, just for my sanity, if I take out the cells that are also on an X that I ignored before, is that going to give me something? I don't think so. I could be wrong. We could make the same argument, by the way, around the outside of the grid using row 1, row 9, and column 1 and column 9 to argue that actually that digit's never a 5 either. Oh. I'm silly. There's a given 6 with this length 5 Renban. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't possibly make it anything else. And so that's not a 2, that's not a 3, that's not a 2. That's not a 5 because it's on an X. That means these are 7, 8, 9, which indeed means that these are 6, 7, 8, 9. One of them's definitely a 6. This is... so we know that's not a 5 because I argued the corners aren't 5. But actually, if you look at this now, we actually have something better. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quadruple. So that's not a 5. One of these is a 5, which therefore means one of those is a 5. And if I sort of chase that around, that means one of those is a 5, which means one of those is a 5. I'm not sure how incredibly useful that is right away, but it's something. Oh, and this isn't a 5, by the way. Because of that 5 there. If that were a 5, I would have a 1, 2, 3, 4 quintuple in the column. That's the problem. Okay, so now I have a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple, though, down here. So these are from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We know that one's not a 5, and that one's not a 5. That one's not a 9 by a given digit. This one is not an 8 by the absence of a 2 from that cell. So here's another argument I'm prepared to make. This digit is a 3 or a... Oh, no, never mind, sorry. My argument was wrong. This isn't wrong, though. This is a 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it's not a 3, so that's not a 7. This is a 1, 2, 4 triple, funnily enough. So this is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this digit is always a 7, 8, 9. For whatever limited utility I can get out of that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. But that's not a 2, so that's not an 8. That's not a 6, so that's not a 4. I do know one of those is a 6. I know one of those is a 2. Oh, I do know that this digit is a 6, 7, 8, 9. So my Renban here can't possibly go lower than 4. Okay, I know this isn't a 4. It's not a 6, and it's not a 5 either. So this is, in fact, a 7, 8, 9. Why is this not a 4? No, it could be a 4, sorry. Right, sorry. This isn't a 5 or a 6, is what I meant to say. This could be a 4. Either that or it's a 7, 8, 9. So this could be the other 1, 3, 4, or it could itself be a 9. Okay, well, I can look back through this. This is not a 4. We have concluded because of that not being a 6. That actually tells me that one of these is a 4, which actually tells me that neither of these is a 4. Which seems very relevant. And so now this can't be a 2... Oh, no, it can be a 2, 3. But if this is a 2, 3, these are a 2, 3, and that's the 4. We can also say that these are not 8, so the 8 in this row is over down here, so these aren't 8, and so in particular, that's not 2, so that's not 3. Keep trying to look for an opportunity to accidentally rule a whole digit off of a thing and keep missing it, but maybe this is it. Let's see if I select all the color. I can delete the color. So this V, I don't know which V it is, but it's some sort of V. I'm just going to call it the yellow V. The yellow V is over down here. So this is not a yellow V kind of digit. This is the other kind of V, that we can make this a green V kind of digit. Likewise, this digit is definitely the other green V. These are the yellow V digits. So we can try to continue this. So like this 6, 7, 8, 9, if we want to say the X carries the V's color across it to the high digits, then these are both yellow 6, 7, 8, 9s. This is a green 7, 8, 9. If I knew this was a 3, 4, I would know this was green. But this could be a 1, and that could be a 4, in which case it would still be yellow. Oh, this is green. There's something that I had not appreciated. So that's green. So yeah, those are a yellow-green pair, I suppose. So these are a green 5 pair or something like that. If this 3/4 was yellow, it would be ruled off of this Renban in almost entire. No, if this 3/4 was yellow, it would be ruled off of this Renban entirely. So if it's 4, it's not a yellow, or it's not yellow, because this Renban definitely has a 4 on it. Yeah, this 1/4 I know is there or there. This 3 I know is there or there. Oh, this is weird. This can't be green, right? Let me double check that. Maybe that's not right. Oh, maybe it's not quite right. I think but if it is green, these two add to 5, which would mean these two add to 5. Which would mean that these two have to be 1/4, because we know that one of these is a 2. In fact, that would be a 2 and that would be a 3 in that universe. Oh, it's the point I was making down here. This can't be yellow. Because if this is yellow, then these two add to 5, which would mean these two add to 5, which just isn't possible. Because it's a 2 and a 1/4, and those don't add to 5. Right. So, yeah, so this isn't yellow. This is green. Okay, which means that that's green. Okay, now I feel like I thought I knew something that followed from that, but now I don't. Now I don't know if I remember what it was. Well, I know this green 3/4 needs to show up on this Renban, because either it is 4, in which case then this Renban has a 4 on it, or it's a 3, in which case this Renban has a 1 or a 2 on it and still needs a 3. Or a 4. Yeah, sorry, still needs a 3, right? So getting at least one. Yeah, the other green low digit is in these cells, I guess, is what I'm saying. If it's not this digit exactly, which it might be that digit exactly. Yeah, so if this is green, these are both yellow and they're 1/4, and then yellow is 1/4, which feels like the universe that like most things revolve around. Oh, how did this happen? How long has it been the case that none of these could be 2? Because I feel like that probably is something I should have noticed. Why can't this be 2? Because that can't be 8. That can't be 8 because of that. 8 down here because these can't be 8 because of that given 2. Good Lord. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, at some point I noted, well, those aren't 2. And that's not 2 because the 8 down here. But that actually gave me a 1/3/4 triple along this. So actually that's 2 and 8. And that actually does resolve a lot of the world. Because now green is 2, 3. So that's a 3 and a 7. And this is a 2 and an 8 again. These are yellow. So it's not a 2, that's not a 3, that's not a 7. In fact, this is a 6, apparently. Making that a 9 and a 1 and a 4. Making that a 7. No 7, no 9, no 6, no 8. That's not an 8, that's not an 8. That's not a 7. That's not a 3 or a 2. In fact, this has become a naked 3. So this is a 5. This is a 2. I probably don't need the coloring anymore. Okay, that's not a 4, so that's not a 1. So one of these two is a 1. Okay, so this Renban definitely needs a 3, and that 3 goes there. It's a 4 and a 1, so that's a 6. No 6s over down there. That's not a 4 anymore. Now, these aren't 4 either, so that is 4. And so now we really do have this pattern over here. 5, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, one of those is a 6, sure. One of these two is a 4. In fact, this Renban needs a 4, and that 4 only goes exactly there by shenanigans. So if that's not a 4, then this isn't a 6. And so now the 6 is placed in this row. So that makes that a 6 and a 4. That's a 1, a 4. That 7, 9 pair has made that an 8. Okay, so these need to be a 1, 5 because there's no 6. Excuse me, because there's no 6 on this Renban. I just don't know what order. Oh, I should know what order the 1 and the 5 go in because of that. So there's a 1, there's a 5. Okay, there's a 5 and there's an 8. Okay, so the 5 on this Renban now is pushed into exactly that cell by that 5. So now the 5 on this Renban is pushed into, oh, I guess it's one of these two cells, and I guess I don't know which one yet. Let's see. There's going to be a 6 on this Renban to connect the 5 and the 7, and it's there. There's no 4 on this Renban, so it's got an 8 and a 9 on it, and we know the order. Let's see. This is a 7 or a 9. This is a 2, just for the column, I believe. Let's see. What about this row? We still need a 2. No, we don't still need a 2 in the row. Sorry. We need a 3, 6, and 8 in the row. I definitely know there's a 7 around there, but I don't know what I'm doing with it. There's a 9 in one of these two cells just by Sudoku. So this, in fact, we even know which one. So this Renban has a 9 on it, so we know what it is. So these are 6, 7, and we know the order. So that's a 3. Is that a 9 and a 1? Makes that a 9 and a 7. 7 and 9. 3 and 1. 9 over there. Places the 5 even. Okay, so this is 3, 7, just by process of elimination. Let's see. We've got some things left to fill in. That's a 3. That seems to be a 7. One of these is an 8, and it's that one. It's a 4. One of these is a 5, and I don't yet know which one. Let's see. I feel like I filled in a bizarre section of this grid to be where we are. That digit's a right in. It seems to be a 2. 2 and 7 are too far apart. So that's a 3 and a 7, an 8 and a 7. Okay, so that's the 9, because remember this needed to be 6, 7, 8, 9 as soon as that's a 7. So that's a 1. Okay, this needs a 4, which goes there. This is 2, 3, 5, with that being the 2, that being the 5, and that being the 3. These are 6 and 8, and we know the order on that as well. Let's see, this column needs a 1, so that Renban needs a 5. That's a 7. It's a 2. I have a feeling I didn't use this X for anything. This is a 4, 6. Yes. Very nice. I really liked the way that each of these things needed to be from either 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 because of the combination of the XV and the length 5 Renban. That was very cool. I wonder if I was supposed to know that all of these Renban were going to be extreme somehow. Because, like, every single one of these length 5 Renban ended up being extreme, meaning it either was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9. I never proved that at any point during the solve because I always did it one Renban at a time. There might be some, like, highlight all the cells and count 1 9s in them kind of argument that might tell you that that always has to be the case. But if there is, I don't know. I don't know it because it seemed to me like it was plausible that this was going to be something not extreme. Anyway, I'm curious if there's some like general reason that it should be clear to me that these things were all going to be extreme, or some way that at some point in the puzzle it should have clicked, or maybe as part of the break-in. I'd be interested to know because I definitely didn't see it. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I definitely did, and I'll see you all next time. Please leave Please leave a kind comment. Please like the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.